Yes, good morning, students. In last class, we have started the topic multiplexing. In multiplexing, we have seen what is multiplexing and different multiplexing techniques we have seen. In that, first topic is frequency division multiplexing. Frequency division multiplexing. In the frequency division multiplexing, we have seen what is multiplexing process and what is demultiplexing process. In multiplexing process, how baseband analog signals are converted to modulated signals and modulated all three modulated signals combined together to form a composite signal. And in the demultiplexing process, we have seen how the composite signal is converted to baseband analog signals. Okay, here in the multiplexing process, we have used modulator to add the frequency, add the carrier frequency. In the demultiplexing process, we are added the demodulator to remove the added carrier frequency. This is we have discussed. After that, we have discussed wavelength division multiplexing. The wavelength division multiplexing is used for high data rates. It is high data rates. Here we have seen three different inputs: lambda 1, lambda 2, and lambda 3. These three are combined, lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3. In the this is the point, the cursor pointed here. This is WDM multiplexer. This is called as wavelength division multiplexing multiplexer. This is WDM demultiplexer. Here we have in the second diagram, we have seen a prism, a light source, three light sources, lambda 1, lambda 2. Three light sources are into the prism, and it will convert that light source to one, and that will pass through the fiber optic cable. At the demultiplexer, it is separated as lambda 1, lambda 2, and lambda 3. This is wavelength division multiplexing, and demultiplexing. After that, we have started the time division multiplexing. Here we are in the last class, time division multiplexing. Here in the time division multiplexing, here see in the frequency division multiplexing, bandwidth is in the frequency division multiplexing, frequency bands are shared among the users. Frequency bands are shared among the users. Coming to the time division multiplexing, instead of sharing the frequency bands among the users, here the time is shared among the users. Here we are sharing the time among the users. See here, second point here mentioned, each connection occupies a portion of time in the link. Each connection means here we have 4 connections. These may call as 4 users, 4 connections, 4 inputs. Each connection occupies a portion of time in the link. Here see, here we have 4 inputs or 4 connections. Here we have, this is a time division multiplexer. The right side, time division demultiplexer. This is the time. Okay, in between the multiplexer and demultiplexer, we have a time, and the time is divided into slots. The time is divided into slots. Suppose this is slot 1. That means this particular time interval is allocated for the connection 1 or system 1 to transmit the data. Okay, no other station, no other connection is able to permitted to transmit the data during this time interval. Like that, this is allocated for 2, this is allocated for 3 and 4. If any time remaining, that will allocated for systems. These time intervals are allocated in a fashion of round robin. See, in the round robin, all you know, in the operating system, you have learned about round robin scheduling algorithm. In that, whatever the process, irrespective of the process time, First, it will allocate for process 1, after process 2, process 3, and so on, process 4. After that, again, repeats process 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, in the time division multiplexing also, the time is divided among the connections or among the systems. Okay. In time division multiplexing, we have first kind, that is synchronous time division multiplexing. The second one is statistical time division multiplexing. See, in the synchronous time division multiplexing, each input connection has an allotment in the output, even if it is not sending the data. This point you need to note down. What I'm saying here is, in this type of time division multiplexing, each input connection, here how many input connections we have in the diagram? A, B, C. 3 input connections we have in the diagram. Each input connection has an allotment of output, even if it is not sending the data. I will show how we are allocating the slots. Still, it is not sending the data. See in the diagram, of course, I explained a bit in the last class also. Here, this is the synchronous time division multiplexing. At the multiplexer side, these are the inputs to the multiplexer. Okay, how many users we have? A, B, C. At time T1, at time T1, A transmits A1, B transmits B1, C transmits C1. So these three, A1, B1, C1, together will form a frame. Together will form a frame. Next, like that, A2, B2, and C2. After that, A3, B3, and C3. This is the data taken from each time slot. ఈ టైం స్లాట్ లో ఏంటి, వాట్ ఈస్ ద డేటా? A1, B1, C1. ఈ మూడు కలిసి ఒక ఫ్రేమ్ గా ఫామ్ అవుతాయి అన్నమాట. నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ దిస్ టైమ్ ఇంటర్వెల్ A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. See how these are forms in the form of frame. See, frame 1. Frame 1 means at first time interval, that is A1, B1, C1. See, A1, B1, C1. ఓకే, A1, B1, C1 అంటే ఈ పర్టికులర్ టైం ఇంటర్వెల్ లో మూడు కూడా ఒక ఫ్రేమ్ గా ఫామ్ అయినాయి. సపోజ్ టోటల్ టైమ్ ఈస్ T, ఇట్ ఈస్ డివైడెడ్ అమాంగ్ ద కనెక్షన్స్. టోటల్ టైం కనుక T అయితే కనుక ఈచ్ స్టేషన్ కి T/3 అలొకేట్ చేస్తారనమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ దే మెన్షన్డ్ హియర్. If an input slot time is T seconds, the output slot time is T/n seconds, where n is the number of connections. How many number of connections we have? 3 connections. T/n means T/n equal to 3. That is, for each connection T/3. Okay. One point I mentioned here. Each input connection has an allotment in the output, even if it is not sending the data. Let's take an example. At this point of time, see my cursor, at this point of time, A is transmitting the data, B is not transmitting the data, C is transmitting the data. Let us assume A and C is transmitting the data, B is nothing to send. Still we allocate a frame. Still we allocate here to see A1, B1, C1. ఈ మూడిటికి టైం అలొకేట్ చేసాం. ఈచ్ టైం ఇంటర్వెల్ డ్యూరేషన్ ఎంత? T/3 సెకండ్స్. A1 కి T/3, B1 కి T/3, C1 కి T/3. టోటల్ టైం T. B ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేయకపోయినా కానీ వీఆర్ అలొకేటెడ్ ద టైం. వీఆర్ అలొకేటెడ్ ద టైం టు B. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద సింక్రోనస్ టైం డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్. Yes. The next one is, we have completed synchronous. Next one is, we you need to know the interleaving process. Interleaving process means we have two sides, multiplexer side and demultiplexer side. Okay, hope you understand. See, I already told you sender side and receiver side. At multiplexer side and demultiplexer side, we need to have a synchronization. Okay, why we need synchronization? I will tell you. See, here see, at the multiplexer side, this clock rotating in which direction? This clock is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Here see, at the demultiplexer side, the clock is running which direction? In the clockwise direction. Okay, see, at the multiplexer side, this is running in anti-clockwise direction. At demultiplexer side, this is running in clockwise direction. Okay, why means here, as I told you in time division multiplexing, A1, B1, C1 are at time T1, A2, B2, C2 are time T2, A3, B3, C3 are time T3. These are converted to frames. Frame 1 belongs to A1, B1, C1. Frame 2, A2, B2, C2. Frame 3, A3, B3, C3. Ante malli ivi again malli ee frame malli separate అయినప్పుడు ఏమవ్వాలి? A1, B1, C1 ఇక్కడ రావాలి. A2, B2, C2 రావాలి. A3, B3, C3 ఇక్కడ రావాలి. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? సెండర్ సైడ్ కి రిసీవర్ సైడ్ కి సింక్రనైజేషన్ కావాలన్నమాట. సెండర్ సైడ్ రిసీవర్ సైడ్ దీన్ని ఏమంటారండి? క్లాక్ అనండి. దిస్ విల్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఏ స్విచ్. దిస్ స్విచ్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ ఇన్ యాంటీ క్లాక్ వైజ్ డైరెక్షన్. దిస్ స్విచ్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ ఇన్ క్లాక్ వైజ్ డైరెక్షన్. These two switches needs to be synchronized. Then only ఈ ఫ్రేమ్స్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్లాట్స్ ఫ్రేమ్స్ గా డివైడ్ అయినాయి కదా, మళ్ళీ ఈ ఫ్రేమ్స్ మళ్ళీ స్లాట్స్ గా డివైడ్ అవ్వాలంటే, సెపరేట్ అవ్వాలంటే కనుక సెండర్ సైడ్ స్విచ్ కి రిసీవర్ సైడ్ స్విచ్ బోత్ నీడ్స్ synchronization. That is what they mentioned. The switches are synchronized and rotate at the same speed. This is the important point. The sender switch and the receiver switch needs to be rotate in a same speed in opposite direction. One is in clockwise direction and the second one is in the anti-clockwise direction. See, at the multiplexing side, that means left side. At the multiplexing side, the switch is open for connections. Ikkada ee switch, this switch is open for connections means ఇక్కడ మూడు కనెక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి A1, B1, C1 ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినాయి అనమాట. ఇంకొకటి వస్తే ఏమైంది? ఇక్కడ A1, B1, C1, D1 అవుతుంది అనమాట. ఓకేనా? ఎన్ని కనెక్షన్స్ వస్తే అన్ని ఫర్ ఆల్ దీస్ కనెక్షన్స్ దిస్ స్విచ్ ఈస్ ఓపెన్. అలా వచ్చిన వాటిని ఏం చేస్తుందంటే, ఇది ఈ స్విచ్ తిరిగేటువంటి మల్టీప్లెక్సర్ సైడ్ స్విచ్ కి డిమల్టీప్లెక్సర్ సైడ్ స్విచ్ కి రెండు సేమ్ స్పీడ్ లో రొటేట్ అవ్వాలి అండ్ ఆపోజిట్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉండాలి. అప్పుడే మనకి దీనికి సింక్రనైజేషన్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఈ ప్రాసెస్ ని ఏమంటామంటే ఇంటర్లీవింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ అంటామండి. అంటాం ఇంటర్లీవింగ్ ప్రాసెస్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్. సి, ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ అబౌట్ ఎంప్టీ స్లాట్స్. See, listen carefully. Here, how many inputs we have for multiplexer? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 inputs we have. This is the first time slot. See, during this time slot, suppose these are assumed to be A, B, C, D. A is transmitting the data. B is nothing to send. C is transmitting the data. D is transmitting the data. The resultant frame will be A is transmit. See my cursor point carefully. Here A is transmitting the data, which is in green color. B nothing to transmit the data. ఇక్కడ B ఏం ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేయట్లేదు కదా, అంటే ఈ పర్టికులర్ టైం లో ఈ ఇన్పుట్ ఏ డేటా ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి ఈ స్లాట్ ఎలా ఉంది? ది స్లాట్ బికమ్స్ ఎంప్టీ. C is transmitting the data, D is transmitting the data. For this one also, A1, A is transmitting the data, B is not transmitting the data, C is not transmitting the data, and D is transmitting the data. Hence, the resultant frame will be A and D is transmitting the data. For the slot B and slot C, both are empty. We are allocated the time for B and C, but these are empty. During this time interval, that becomes B and C becomes too ideal because there is nothing to send. Similarly, this one also. This is about empty slot. See, the next topic in the time division multiplexing is data rate management. See, here in the data rate management, we have the first one is different multiplexing techniques. The first one is multi-level multiplexing. We have multi-level multiplexing. Normal ga multiplexing ante any multiplexers untayi? In the multiplexing process, only we have one multiplexer. See why and in which case we are using multi-level multiplexing. I will tell you. See how many inputs we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first two inputs are with a speed of 20 kbps. The rest of three are, the next three are with the speed of 40 kbps. Ante first rendu kuda different ga unnai, next moodu different ga unnai. So in this case, if these two will added, first rendu add chesam anukondi 20 kbps, 20 kbps add cheste enta vachindi 40 kbps. So as a part of multi-level multiplexing, the first two connections are, the first two inputs are multiplexed. The first two are multiplexed. 20 ni 20 ni multiplex cheste emaidi 2 ni multiplex cheste 1 aidi kada. Of course, any input connections ni multiplex chesina gaani the result 1 e kabatti resultant will be 40 kbps. And third one is 40 kbps, fourth one is 40 kbps, and fifth one is 40 kbps. So in the multiplexer, how many inputs? Normal ga 5 connections unnai gaani ikkada inputs veltanayi, ikkada 4 inputs of each 40 kbps. 40 into 4 enta avutunnappudu total the resultant output line will be 160 kbps. This is called as multi-level multiplexing. Why this is called multi-level multiplexing? We have multiplexed more than once. We have multiplexed more than once. Okay. Next, multiple slot allocation. See, multiple slot allocation. This is reverse of multi-level multiplexing. See, here we have 4 inputs. Observe the 4 inputs. First one is of 50 kbps, second one 25, second, third, and fourth. All are 25 kbps. See, is what we have done here. We have divided. Ikkada any slots unnayamma ikkada? Why this is called as multiple slot allocation? Here we have 4 slots. We are converted these 4 time slots to 5 because this is of 50. The rest of 3 are 25. So 50 is divided into 2 slots and the rest is 3. Total 4 becomes to 5. That is the reason why we call this allocation as multiple slot allocation. See, how many inputs we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. In the multiplexer, how many we have sent? We have passed through multiplexer 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. That is the reason why here in the frame also we need to have 5, right? Multiplexer loki ennaithe pass chesam inputs anni inputs ki manaki resultant frame lo slots allocate avutayi anamata. Total ga enni mana normal ga 25 25 25 and 525 unnai kabatti total speed anta 125 kbps. Okay, here the input with a 50 kilohertz, sorry, not kilohertz, the input with a 50 kbps is divided as a data rate of 225s, right? Of course, you might understand this one, multiple slot allocation. Next one, pulse stuffing. This is also very simple. Here we need to add some stuff. See, here we have three inputs of 50 kbps, 50 kbps, and 46 kbps. 50, 50, and 46. All three. The 4 is deficient. 4 kbps deficiency ఉంది. So, 4 kbps మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే we need to have ఇక్కడ 3 techniques యూజ్ చేస్తామండి. 2 techniques. One is called as pulse stuffing or bit stuffing or bit padding. కొన్ని బిట్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, how many bits need to be added? ఇక్కడ 50, ఇక్కడ 50, ఇక్కడ 46 కాబట్టి 4 pulse stuffing bits we need to add. We need to stuff 4 bits. Then it also becomes to 50. 50, 50, and after adding the pulse, it also becomes to 50. Okay, total 350s together 150. Okay, this is called as pulse stuffing. These are multi-level multiplexing, multiple slot allocation, and pulse stuffing. Next one, frame synchronizing. Okay, here frame synchronization means see here whatever the multiplexing technique we have, we need to have a synchronization. For synchronization, we have used 2 switches in the time division multiplexing. For the synchronization, we are using at the multiplexer side, we have used 1 switch that is in anti-clockwise direction. At the demultiplexer side, we have used the 1 switch that is in the clockwise direction. Both are rotating in different directions with the same speed. So here we are discussing about frame synchronizing. See, this is the frame 1, frame 2, and frame 3. See, we have in the frame 1 we have total ga మన synchronization pattern ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ 101. మన synchronization bit pattern ఏంటంటే total bits 101. అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ చూడు, ఇక్కడ ఎలా ఉంది కదా, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. అంటే మీనింగ్ చూడండి అమ్మా, ఫస్ట్ 1 అంటే చూడండి, రైట్ సైడ్ నుంచి చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ 1 అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి ఇక్కడ? Anyone understand? 10, ఈ 101 కి ఈ ఫ్రేమ్ కి రిలేషన్ ఒకసారి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. ఒకసారి ఐ విల్ గివ్ యూ 1 minute ఆఫ్ టైం. అబ్జర్వ్ ఫ్రేమ్ 1, A1, B1 నథింగ్ టు సెండ్, C1 అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఇది 101 కదా. Okay,
related to frame C, sir.
Sorry?
That is 101 pattern is related to frame C.
101 related to
signal C.
Frame
signal
3.
C, sir.
This one. Here, what I'm saying is, this is the synchronization pattern, right? This is the 101 is the synchronization pattern. Just to all dear students, we are 46 members in the meeting. Just note it down and take a screenshot. Observe what is the synchronization pattern and what is the relation between frame 1, frame 2, and frame 3. Just I will ask this question tomorrow. This is recorded class. In the tomorrow's class, I will ask. You need to tell the relation. Okay. Next, this is not related to your syllabus, digital signal service. Next, second type of multiplexing technique, that is we have completed synchronized time division multiplexing. The second one is statistical time division multiplexing. Here see, very simple. first diagram. Here we have two diagrams, very simple. We have two diagrams. One is synchronous time division multiplexing. In this, see how many inputs we have. 5 inputs we have. See this particular time interval, A1, B1, A is transmitting, B is transmitting, C and E are absent. ante kada A1, B1, D1 ikkada chudandi, allocated for A1, B1, C empty, D transmitting, C empty, C empty. Okay, here wait, C is empty, C and E are empty. Just you remember, I will tell you what is 1. ఇక్కడ 1 అని బిట్ ఉంది కదా, అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, నోట్ చేసుకోండి చెప్తాను. నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ ద సెకండ్ టైం ఇంటర్, ఇక్కడ 2 టైం ఇంటర్వెల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. A is not transmitting, B is transmitting, C is not, A, C transmit చేయడం లేదు, B, D and E are transmitting the data. Here 0 is the synchronization bit. Here 1 is the synchronization bit. Just remember, I will tell you. Okay, next. This is normal synchronization TDM. Intlo meer observe chesindi entamma, even though the station is not transmitting the data, still we are allocated a time slot in the frame. Okay, see the difference in the statistical time division multiplexing. Observe this time slot. A is transmitting, B is transmitting, C is not transmitting, E is not transmitting. Only A, B, D are transmitting. Ante C and E is not transmitting the data. C in the frame, the resultant frame. Only the slot in the frame, the slots are allocated for A, B and D. For these 3, only 3 transmit చేస్తున్నాయి కాబట్టి ఈ 3 కే మనం ఫ్రేమ్ లో టైం అలొకేట్ చేసాం అన్నమాట. See ikkada small a, small b, small d are synchronization bits. In the time slot B, D, E, A is not transmitting, C is not transmitting. Okay, in this B is transmitting, here yellow color, B is transmitting, D is transmitting and E is transmitting. Okay, here B2 ki B synchronization bit to, DT ki small d synchronization bit to, E2 ki small e synchronization bit to. Ante the difference between statistical time division multiplexing and synchronous time division multiplexing is, in synchronous, if we will allocate a time slot even though the station is transmitting the data or not. In statistical, if it is transmitting the data, then only we will allocate a time slot. Ante the advantage endukante aa particular time slot empty ga ideal ga untadi kada, that particular slot is, there is nothing to send, but aa particular time interval waste ayipotundi kada. Okay, that problem will be covered by using statistical time division multiplexing. In the tomorrow's class, I will ask you about the synchronization bit. Just anyone pending to note it down, just note it down. Here in the frame synchronizing, just this is the synchronization pattern 101, and these are the frames. Anyone understand about the synchronization pattern? Anyone got an idea? Okay, I will give you a clue. In the previous session, in the previous topic, here we are discussed about the synchronization. See, this is the demultiplexer side switch. This is the multiplexer side switch. These two are running with same speed in the different directions. Here A1, B1, C1 అంటే ఈ మూడే ఒక స్లాట్ ఒక ఫ్రేమ్ గా సెపరేట్ ఫ్రేమ్ గా అవ్వాలి. అంటే దీనికి ఒక సింక్రనైజేషన్ బిట్ కావాలి. అంటే మనం ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. సేమ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే ఉంది. 101 ఉంది కదండి. ఈ ఫ్రేమ్ కేమో ఈ బిట్ ఈ సింక్రనైజేషన్ ప్యాటర్న్ లో ఈ 1 తీసుకున్నాం. ఈ ఫ్రేమ్ 2 కేమో 0 తీసుకున్నాం. ఈ ఫ్రేమ్ 3 కేమో 1 తీసుకున్నాం. Sir, just you think about it, why we have taken those bits and what is the meaning of taking synchronization bits. Okay. In tomorrow's class, we'll discuss about code division multiplexing. And I will give you an overlook about give you an overview about second unit, and we are going to complete the second unit tomorrow's class. Okay. Anyone in the class, just send me the attendance. Thank you, students.